Today we're going to look at shortstops of the 70s. It's important to remember that during that era, shortstops weren't really expected to be big hitters. It was all about defense, and if you could chip in just a little bit of offense, so much the better. As a reminder for all my rankings, I only consider stats accumulated while playing the position and only during the decade. We'll start off with Mark Belanger at number 5. Mark was second in the decade with 1,402 games played, and while his batting average typically hovered around 225, he could flash the leather like none of his peers, snagging 7 gold gloves. He was the very epitome of the era's light-hitting shortstop who came with top-flight defense. Toby Harrah comes in at number 4 and was one of the better-hitting shortstops of his time. Had he played more games at short, he probably would have been higher in my rankings, but in just 828 position starts, he came in first amongst his peers with a .379 slugging percentage, third with 69 home runs, and eighth with 337 RBIs. Toby was selected to 3 All-Star games as a shortstop and once as a starter. Coming in at number 3 is Larry Bowa. Larry led all shortstops in several categories. He was number 1 with his 1,552 hits, 725 runs, and 1,489 games played. Larry was third amongst his peers with 251 steals and sixth with 351 RBIs, while maintaining a respectable .262 batting average. Bowa brought more than just his bat, though, twice winning Gold Glove awards, and was a regular at the All-Star game, earning 5 starting nods. Number 2 is my personal favorite, Bert Campaneras. Campy was a fiery competitor and the spark plug for the A's dynasty in the 70s. He was second amongst his peers with his 1,283 hits, 700 runs scored, and 336 stolen bases. He maintained a respectable .255 batting average and was fifth in games played at 1,342. Campy also had a little pop in his bat, coming in third with 406 RBIs and fifth with 52 home runs. He had 5 All-Star appearances, 4 times being the starter, and 3 World Series rings. It would be nice if both he and number 1, Davey Concepion, could get a little more Hall of Fame consideration. Davey led all shortstops with his 6 All-Star appearances, 5 times being the starter. He got there with a combination of his consistent hitting and great fielding. He was first amongst his peers with 529 RBIs, and his 70 home runs were good enough for second. Davey had top 5 finishes in a ton of categories, including hits, batting average, slugging percentage, runs scored, stolen bases, and games played. Toss in an impressive 5 Gold Glove awards, and Concepcion proved that he was a huge part of the Big Red Machine. There were a lot of honorable mentions, too, with Rick Burleson, Don Kessinger, Chris Spire, Bill Russell, and Bud Harrelson leading the pack. Any of these guys would have been reasonable choices to crack the top 5. If you enjoyed this ranking, please consider a like and subscribe. Both are free.